with Dr. Bill Deagle, and our special guest is Michael from China, our amazing distributor and expert on a number of special technologies we have available now through NutriMedical because of research in China and in Russia at the Nonlinear Institute with Dr. Nestorov. And, of course, let's go through some of the history, Michael. We've been able to obtain the QRMA device, the latest version of the bioplasm NLS called the 8DLRIS. And the one that we'll be posting up today after the show today is the Metatron Hunter version, the Metatron NLS. These are amazing devices. Metatron, of course, developed by Dr. Nestorov and the Russian Space Agency, further engineered with software at the 8DLRIS by your team of scientists in China. Can you tell us the background for the QRMA to start with? Because we've been using that now for, I think, around 2 years now. We've had amazing results with helping our people around the world to use the QRMA for finding their bioplasmatic imbalances in their bodies, their mineral and vitamin requirements, etc. What's the history of the QRMA? How was it developed?
Yes, and the QRMA, the full name is the Quantum Resonance Magnetic Analyzer. And this series is from USA and Russian. And the quantum is a new, series, and it means a very, how to say, it's very small. Small units.
These are very compact.
Yes, this is very complicated. Okay, and we developed this machine since 2008. Our machine just used to check the electromagnetic field of our body. As the electric magnetic field strength varies every minute of our body, so we can use this machine to check this instant electricity of our body, and then get a conclusion. So what health condition of ourselves, and since then, and we lots of doctors and nutrition engaging persons use this machine as a tool to help them, also help the people to find their health problem and give them suggestion or advice, and make people to make ourselves more healthy. This is our
it's pretty amazing. The technology identifies we call the bioplasmatic body. And who's the primary scientist in China that developed this? Because I understand that he also went to MIT for a while here in America.
Yes.
What was his name?
You mean the person's name?
The scientist that developed the QRMA, Quantitative Resonant Magnetic Analyzer.
His name is Dr. Zhu. And yes, Dr. Zhu. Yes.
And now, is he still at MIT, or has he come back to China? Is he still doing further work to further develop for future generations of the device?
Yes. and now we are now we are developing the I should say the current machine. We say it the third generation, and the new one we should call it the fourth generation, and now we are developing the fourth generation.
Ah, yes, wonderful. Now, I'll tell you why I use it. I have them fill in my history or wellness form, but when they do the QRMA test, they can send me the compressed file if they purchase a machine through us. And then 1/3 of the tests are pretty straightforward. When they look at the panels, it'll show if it's abnormal or normal, like your mineral levels or vitamins. 1/3 of the test requires pretty advanced medical knowledge, and 1/3, unless you have really advanced understanding of how the machine works, you won't be able to interpret it correctly. So that's why you need a medical evaluation. But the compressed file combined with a medical wellness history tremendously helps us to decide if they need conventional testing done, which vitamins and minerals and nutrients and biological molecules, which even drug therapies may be beneficial. And the nice thing about the QRMA, test takes only a minute, and they can send a compressed file for themselves and their relatives, and it'll tell us where the imbalances are, because it picks up toxins, heavy metals, it picks up organ system function, it picks up the regular Chinese meridians for energy. This is a pretty amazing device, isn't it?
Yeah. I should say that the current machine is not so, perfect. We, as you mentioned, that the machine can get a result within 1 minute testing, and it can show so many reports. And this, all of us know, the first generation only have 17 reports, and
right.
The second generation, it became more like 23 reports, and now the third generation have about 41 reports, and these 41 reports include 36 reports for men and 6 reports for women, and also 5 reports for child. Okay.
Yeah, you have reports for children too, which is really good because you have a database.
Yeah.
And this is cross-checked with your database of the bioelectric fields of children and adults. So that's really good.
Yeah, and we, why we put so many reports. We all of us know that only use this. Use quantum to check our body within 1 minute. Actually, we cannot say all of the reports are very accurate like this, okay? Like the Chinese meridian, these reports, there is no explanation in the software, and why we put this report in? Because after we developed this machine, and in China, lots of follows, they put more and more reports in, and our clients also ask more and more reports. But those reports, after we those reports like the Chinese meridian, there is no explanation, and I think these reports you cannot use this as a consultant. So there are also some several reports has no explanation, like the men's span, and so please be when you use these reports, please be very careful.
What I find is most useful is it tells us if there's throughout the body, for example, mineral or nutrient deficiencies, and those are really helpful because we can decide which nutraceuticals we need. The next level of technology is to look at anatomical things like the 8D LRAS or the Metatron, and that actually does more anatomical and physiological, and it does frequency matching with the efficacy of specific nutraceuticals and or drugs or other treatments. Plus, the 8D LRAS can be hooked up to the X-Vitalizer that generates a static magnetic field. So let's talk about those now, because I think the benefit for the QRMA is it tells us a target level, and then if we need to do functional medicine testing, we can do tests for packed red cells, for minerals, we can look at vitamin levels, we can look at organic acids in testing, and we can also see a movement of their parameters for their vitamins and minerals toward a normal balance. But the next level is to look at the 8D LRAS or the Metatron. Tell us how these devices work and who developed them. Was it, again, I think Dr. Nesterov and his team at the Russian Space Agency, and there were some Chinese scientists involved as well with further improving the software for analyzing the data.
Yes, so for the Dr. Pierre. So we are talking about the AD or Metatron.
Yeah, and then there's similar devices, the AD LRAS and the Metatron, which is most advanced with a Hunter function.
Okay, for the AD LRIS and LS and Metatron, this machine, all of them are based on the NLS theory, okay? And what is an LS theory? It's non-linear system. This is a scientist, okay? I have talked with a professor about this. I asked them why there is a nine-liner system. He told me that there everything has a contract side, like you cannot say how to say it. It's Einstein. You know Einstein, very famous theory. It's how to say it. I forgot.
Einstein. You're referring to everything as a plasma or charged molecules, so it picks up the frequency of the charged molecules of every organ.
Yes. This is under 30 years ago, the Russian scientists find that they got all the scientists together, some of the very famous Chinese medicine doctor, and they find that our cell, body cell, has its own vibration frequency, and the vibration frequency of our body is from 1.8 to 8.2 Hertz, okay? And when they want to send the pilot to space station, they cannot use at that time. The technology is not so. It's limited. They don't have a very useful tool to get the pilot's health condition. So
exactly.
So they find a way to check the two experiments, and find that only to check the vibration frequency of our body.
Right.
Then they can get the health condition, and this way the vibration frequency has a relation with the person's name and their age, and also the blood group, and also if he's a man or woman. They don't have business with your how high you are, okay? They have put almost about 50,000 persons for testing and get a result. When the pilot in the space station, they record their vibration frequency every day, and they send this database to the scientists, and the scientists will check, will adjust his health condition. You know why we put a headset over our head? Because the brain control all the behavior of our body, and all the information will come to our brain. And this AD machine, we also call it a brain system. In our traditional Chinese medicine, you know, we have like a ear, okay? Ear diagnose.
Right, ear diagnosis, yeah. We're using acupuncture points because it fits exactly the Chinese medicine energy system, doesn't it?
Yes, because we put the headphone on the head. There are lots of ear acupoints, right, around the ear, and this
energy points,
energy point. It's very sensitive. Very sensitive area. We can the headset sensor will get the energy information from our brain and our body, and then transfer this information into the software database and to diagnose. Because when the software got this information, they will compare the information which already saved in the database and to a compare, and then get a very similar result and tell you what problem you are. For example, the normal vibration frequency of the gallbladder is 4.9 Hz. If we got the information vibration frequency from body, like the gallbladder is about 3.1, it means it's not normal, because the normal frequency should be 4.9, and the computer will check. So what's problem? Make the frequency as 3.1. They compare and find the very similar condition, and then give the result. Okay, this machine is very amazing. First I'm talking about the AD. Okay, we have used this machine in Chinese, Chinese the chronic disease preventing hospital, and there are 2 person I have checked, 2 person who is the age is almost the same. Okay, one is very one is fat, but we don't put the weight inside the software. And another person, I call it Mr. A. Mr. A, he always use a health device every day to keep him warm. And Mr. B, he is a marketing person, and he has a lot of activities, like he has to think maybe every day, and to talk with like a lot of activities, and he cannot keep very good healthy with big belly. Okay, and after we check these 2 persons, we find a very interesting thing is the Mr. A very good health condition, and Mr. B also we find that he has a high risk to get a high risk to for the diabetes. Okay,
for diabetes, yeah, which is very important, because then you can intervene and see that risk go away as you recheck him with the ADLRS.
Yeah.
Amazing technology, as I say. You start off with QRMA, you do ADLRS, and then of course the ultimate is the Metatron Hunter's version. And we'll be back in a moment after the break with Michael, all the way from China, talking about these amazing technologies we have here at NutriMedical.com. And you can obtain them to us, and we can log on literally through TeamViewer 10 and look at your pictures of your information anywhere in the world and help to find out what's wrong and where we need to go to next with testing or other imaging, like MRI, blood tests, genetic tests, whatever, functional medicine testing, because of these technologies. And welcome back. And talking to Michael is quite amazing. You're doing a great job, Michael, explaining the technology. What I tell people, the most popular device is the QRMA, because it tells us what your vitamin and mineral deficiencies and imbalances are. If we want to do a functional medicine, blood, urine, stool test, genetic tests, we can do that physically. After we do those tests, we find people are still having problems. And then, of course, I love the ADLRS, which is the latest version of the previously named Bioplasm NLS. What we've talked about in the past here in the last month is the IGF franchising NutriMedical, so we'd have a mobile van that could bring this to your town or city anywhere in the world. And you'd have a QRMA machine, one or more of them in the van, ADLRS or Metatron, or all 3. You'd have also mild hyperbaric oxygen therapy, and with ozone, as well as oxygen augmentation with the mild hyperbaric chambers we make here in America. And we would be able to create a morphogenic field, a field to heal your body, because these hydrophones that are used for the ADLRIS, which is a life resonant enhancement system, and the Metatron, what they do is they can actually create a field effect on your body to rebalance your energy meridians in Chinese medicine, or in Indian medicine, their prana, their energy fields of the body, the bioplasmatic body, that can promote healing. And what I'm really excited about this, it also helps to marry it with advanced medicine. So, for example, I had a gentleman I just had a month ago where we reviewed his device that he got last year called the Bioplasm NLS, which is the earlier version of the ADLRS. And it showed all of his health problems that were confirmed by blood tests and other testing, but it also showed he had a risk for a form of laryngeal cancer. And that meant I told him to see an ear, nose, and throat specialist and have his vocal cords and his throat looked at. So we can catch illnesses before they declare themselves with symptoms or with signs or even abnormal x-ray or other tests, and we can intervene with CT scan, MRI scan, blood tests, and other things, and fix or catch problems early, which means this technology married with advanced medicine is going to make it dramatically better. And it means you can literally have a van work in a third world country or in a big city like in China. They could literally pull the van up to your business or your factory or your home, and then you can come out and get a diagnosis of what's going on in your body in terms of imbalances. And then if you need to see appropriate surgeons or have other imaging tests or blood, urine, stool, or genetic tests, you can have those done. So let's continue talking about the 8D-LRS, and then we'll get into what's the differences with a really advanced device called a Metatron with the Hunter version. Because this is very exciting, and I think that this technology is going to transform how we look at what health is and disease, and how it validates Chinese medicine and Indian medicine and energetics. And the Russian research in this with the cosmonauts, it all comes together in a grand, if you want to call it, orchestra of wisdom to explain what the body is and what sickness is. So let's continue on the 8D-LRIS, Michael, explaining the kind of things that people can do with this. You don't need to be a health professional. You can be trained on this very easily. Once you've done the test, which is just put the hydrophones on and turn on the test, I can literally log on to their computer anywhere in the world and see the sections through their different organs, even test the efficacy of different things that they might take with vitamins and or drugs, nutraceuticals, molecules, with a testing chamber to test and match against the frequency of their body to see if it's going to be efficacious. So this is, to me, a major advance. In other words, instead of symptom and sign-based medicine, this allows us to catch things before, when the body's biophysics are abnormal, or the body's chemistry and genetics are abnormal, or there's deficiencies or imbalances or pre-cancer or blocked arteries. We can catch it before a disease actually puts someone in the hospital. We can catch them early, and we're able to intervene and change the course of their health. So please continue, Michael.
Okay. And the ADLRIS NRS, this very, like we have said, it's a very complicated system, and this machine can be used in home, for the pharmacy store, for the doctor, for beauty spa, and lots of places.
Yeah, hospitals. It can be in a mobile clinic treatment diagnostic van that applies some treatment as well, like the hyperbaric oxygen and the morphogenic field, which can be connected in a feedback loop with the 8D-LRIS so that you actually generate a frequency field around the person that's therapeutic while they're getting hyperbaric oxygen. The hydrophones will actually pick up the frequencies that are in their body and see if and adjust the treatment field around them to actually fix the problem, because the hydrophones are picking up the neuro frequencies of the brain and the nervous system and the biophotons and rebalancing those frequencies in terms of treatment. It's really pretty amazing. It's got a feedback loop, in other words.
Yes. Usually we don't say that we don't say that the machine the 8D NRS to check the disease directly. We say the 8D are used to check the body energy level, and then according to the body energy level, we can adjust the software. Will help us to adjust. So this person, which organ is weak and which organ is very strong or normal. Okay, why this machine can be can be check our health condition, because if we also see that some person, after they get sick, they will go to the hospital. Okay, when the doctor say, "Oh, you have a problem," it means the problem is big one, or you have this symptom. The doctor will say, doctor will use like the CT, MRI, and the ultrasound to check our body, and if they according to the photo to see the changes of the organ, and this machine AD they use a frequency to frequency else varies as their diagnose tools. We say that if our organ, like I said before, that the machine used to check the energy level. If the energy level is becoming down, very energy is lower, it means our body will have some problem in future. And
in other words, it's really a frequency. It's not as much a diagnosis. It's a frequency and energy map of where organs are weak or out of balance, and if the balance isn't restored, let's say over the pancreas, and you see significant abnormalities that match with frequencies that are predisposed to pancreatic cancer, that person will develop pancreatic cancer in the future unless you intervene. Or if they have abnormal frequencies over their heart or blood vessels or lungs or brain, it can give you a frequency match with specific illnesses as well that have those specific frequency patterns, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
What's the difference between the 8DLRS and the Metatron? The 8DLRS is what I call a device that's excellent for, say, my people that want to listen to this program want to get a diagnostic machine to find out for themselves, or if they're the health professional, or they have a professional fitness center, or they're just at home and they want to say, I want to know what's wrong with me, and I want Dr. Deagle to periodically check it and decide what other conventional tests that need to be done. Organic acids, intermediate metabolites, toxins, heavy metals, packed red cells, imaging tests, X-ray, DEXA bone scans, MRI, whatever other tests are conventional. And what's the difference between the 8DLRS and the Metatron? How do they differ?
Okay. According to my opinion, and I have used the Metatron, for lots of people, and the main difference is the Metatron has three modes. One is quick testing, second normal, third is detail. And according to my experiment, when you use the detail testing, and the machine, the machine has a main function is hunter. It means why the hunter means the machine like a hunter. It will aim the target itself. During the testing, after the machine finds the problem, the hunter function will be activated automatically. First, they will check the organ, then they will check the relative organ or tissue, and until to check the DNA. It will find the real problem itself, and this will save time. And when this the scanning difference. You don't know when the hunter function will be activated. The machine control itself. When I testing the person with a material, you can see that some person the hunter does not activate. For example, when I do the scanning for one of my friends, he looks very strong, and he climbing mountains every week.
Mountain climber. Yeah,
yes,
strong guy, healthy.
Mountain climber, okay, climber, and but he he thinks he's very healthy. People may think that every day they do exercise, and they think it's very good, but all of us know, if you do more exercise, if your body cannot, back up you,
If you can't repair you start developing problems, right? Yeah.
Yeah. There's a problem. Okay, we find that there's a problem with his leg. Every time you climbing, your leg will. You see that the vein. You know what? The vein. The name of the vein. Blood vein. Okay, the blood vein. Oh
yes.
Yeah, blood vein.
Yeah, the veins in his leg had a problem, right?
Yes, has a problem. We see that the hunter get activate when check the leg, and then they check the blood vein. Okay, we find that the blood vein has a problem, and he has to to not climb so often.
In other words, he was damaging his veins in his legs. Did he have to see a vascular surgeon or do special therapy? Because identifying it early means he's going to stop it before it becomes a real problem, and then maybe gets a deep clot in his leg from damaging the veins, right?
Yes. When we talking about the blood vein, I have a very truth. Okay, my grandpa. In the Chinese, my grandpa he is about 85 years old. Okay.
Oh, healthy. That's pretty old. Yeah.
Yeah. When he was young, he do a lot of job. Okay, very heavy, and my grandpa when he was 55 years old, and his blood vein on the leg has broken. Okay, broken, and the how to say it, in the skin cannot recover itself, and you can see some small holes on his.
Yeah. So in other words, he had some ulcers on his leg developed from the injury.
Yeah. Yes. This is
they call them venous injury, where you damage the veins enough you actually have venous ulcers. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And when we use material to do diagnose, and after finish scan, and we end into the testing page. You can there's a lot of another function, like you press test. You can see other organs on the same page. It's not.
That's neat. So they'll show other organs that are abnormal on the same page.
Yes,
does it do treatment as well, Michael? Is it able to do a treatment? In other words, to start changing the body's bioelectrics or energy pathways?
Yes, it has a therapy function, and you move the mouse on the. You move the mouse on the picture. You can see the different. The different area has a relative like organ, like other tissues. After you press there, the machine will scan that organ or tissue itself again. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
and so you can actually see the improvement after the treatment. In other words, to see if it's changed it, right?
Yes. And also when this material also has bacteria testing function. Okay. After you select this, this item, you can see water bacteria inside the body. Okay. Bacteria or we can say
parasites. Yeah. So in other words, you can see actually the kinds of bacteria or parasites that may be affecting the person. As we know, cancer is an infection. Heart disease is nanobacteria in your artery walls. Most diseases are involved with toxins and infection of some kind, including intracellular pathogens like Lyme disease, mycobacteria, fungi, and psittacosis, which is also intracellular. So that's really cool. So in other words, it'll actually tell you the pathogens that are present as well. So you can do further testing if you want to do conventional testing, imaging studies, and I'm sure the doctors love this because they can then go back and say, hey, I'm going to do an MRI or a CT, or I'm going to do a surgery because I found a blocked artery, or I'm going to do something like that. They can do physical things if it's necessary, but many times if you can promote healing, you don't need to do that. You can promote enough healing. You don't need to do a big procedure.
Yeah, and the treatment function, the difference between the AD and the Metron is, after you use metal therapy function, okay, the machine will come back to a page, ask you, do you want to see the difference between before and later, okay? Before, like after you do a metal therapy.
Right, the Metatron,
yeah. Yeah, it will, after you finish this, the computer will ask you, do you want to see the difference before and after, later, okay? Then you press yes, and you will see the difference, like before and later. Like you can see how many percent has been, how many percent improvement.
Percent of improvement,
yeah.
And that would also be helpful diagnostically to say, if you want to corroborate it with blood tests, urine stool imaging, or whatever, you can do that. You can do an ultrasound or an MRI or CT. You can look for pathology, but what you're finding is you're fixing the bioplasmatic body and showing the improvements after you treated it before you necessarily even get organ changes or pathology present in the organ, which is pretty amazing. But you'll also pick up pathology. You'll pick up things like cancer, a blocked artery, a serious demineralization of bone, or, a problem with an arthritis. You can actually see it on the test, right?
Yes. And the Metron is very, intelligent. There are two another function pattern is like smart field. Okay, after you press smart field, the software will filter the important information first. Okay, they will select all the database like the topic inside the software, and give you we should say it's give you a very frank idea. So in this topic, like bio microorgan, this topic, what is the main problem, and others the pathology and what's the problem, and like this.
So it gives you an intelligent report that you can then they could then send, or we could use something like TeamViewer 10, and I could log onto their computer, see what their results are in their report, and say if I have their wellness medical history, if I have other tests, blood, urine, stool, MRI, CT scan, or whatever genetic tests, I can then merge it all together and say, this is your problems that are pathology now. These are things that aren't pathology yet, but they're imbalances we're going to address. These are the deficiencies, and these are the priority of the health problems you have. So this technology allows us to basically have remote medical care anywhere in the world. It allows us to have a machine like this in for clinics and doctors and for people that are professionals. And the 8D LRS allows people to have the device at home to do a basic diagnostics And then, of course, the advanced therapy treatments sections, the ATLRS will do that too, I guess, right? Well, you can set up the ATLRS to create a treatment field as well with somebody, right?
Yes. You are right. Yeah.
And there's some feedback, material and software that comes with that, so you can actually create a feedback between the hydrophones of the ATLRS and the Metatron and a treatment to actually create a healing field around the person to actually change their body energetics. That's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, and so now we have two main clients from Australia, okay, and they have altered a sample of this Metatron machine first for testing,
right.
And one of the clients named as Deagle, okay, Taylor just has a friend who has used this kind of machine for about 10 years before, okay, and
right.
And now he's retired, okay. He wants to buy a machine for his own and to do some research. Then Taylor ordered a sample from us because first he don't know if this machine works as the same as his friends used before.
Exactly.
After his testing, and he finds the machine works very well. And
it does. I can hear the music coming on. Michael, we're going to have you back on to talk about these again in the near future. Again, okay. The QRMA, Quantitative Resonant Magnetic Analysis, the ATLRS, these devices are amazing, and the Metatron, these can not only find out what's out of balance in your body, but help to create a field of healing. Amazing.
Yeah.
Remarkable technologies you can get through NutriMedical.com, and as part of our franchise that we're arranging to try to get treatment and our NutriMeds protocols to people around the world. Thank you, Michael, and we will have you back on soon.